Good evening. This is Jupiter Exile. We are live today with more Dark Souls Soul Level 1 run. Without further ado, let's get to it. Well, maybe a little bit further ado. My aspect ratio has gone weird. Do you understand you're supposed to be full screen? Okay, we're going to try relaunching that. See if I can get that to work better. Come now, just a small stumble. There we go. That's looking better. Through the wonders of streaming magic, I suppose it's looked the same to you the entire time. Either way, thank you for wandering with me. Okay, continuing on our last run, we had just made it to the DLC area after a heck of a lot of running back and forth through kind of the same little spots. Alright, spoken to Elizabeth. I don't remember the layout of this place super well. I've got some of the rough details well in mind. But there's going to be a lot of kind of mucking about, as it were, until we remember where we have to go through here. Bits of mushroom. Okay, so we've got these kind of scarecrow guys that hang out around here and are going to love, like, beating me up and throwing me off ledges. And I think some of them just fell to their death for no reason, so that's nice. That's right, we've also got another version of the Ancient Knights around here. How much health do you guys actually have? A tolerable amount of health. Very nice. Okay, we can manage this without too much trouble. And we get purple moss for doing so. That is only mostly useless. Honestly, in any scenario where we had the time to use purple moss, you were trying to run me off into a trap, sir. I know Dark Souls. Yep. Oh yeah, we've got some angry shrubbery here. Let's try and give him some space. Except for this guy. Oh, nope, never mind. Messed that up. I'm gonna get skewered. Alright. It's a first death of the night. That's, we just gotta get the rust off. So I think I haven't played in about 2 weeks. No, it hasn't been that long. Was it last Thursday that I played last, or the Thursday before last Thursday? It's probably been less time than I remember, but it feels like more, because I've been busy. Relocating myself, wandering around and all that stuff. That was a bad roll. That was a terrible roll. Alright. Consider yourself pruned. Let's look on the right side this time. We left like 25,000 souls back on that corpse of ours, but that's really not a concern. Not in the least. Honestly, couldn't care less. Okay, so we've got a big ol' arena over there, where we are eventually going to get over to fight with Knight Artorias. He's kind of a big deal. That's right, there's an elevator that we can unlock here. We get some gear pieces that we'll never be able to wear because we will never get to be that strong. Okay, so we have to, like, go around a lot of stuff. Pretty much. Typical. Okay. Might have to go down into an area fondly referred to as the Abyss. Or maybe that's later. Okay, a bridge seems promising. This is a heck of a lot of flowers over here. And a lot of dudes, probably nonplussed with me. So I believe that's the group before. Oh, howdy there. Yeah, hey, buddy. See you later. That is the fighting arena where we will have to face off against Calamity later. Calamity being the fellow who just came on by. But we cannot actually fight or defeat Calamity until he has been wounded. Because right now, he is not grounded. I did not react to that lizard fast enough to get that lizard. Ooh, ominous rumbling, my favorite. Yeah, we've got some abyssal goo stuff. Ow! I'm assuming all that thunder is in the game, but I think it's probably due to thunderstorm here as well. Yeah, that's probably all abyssal rumblings. We should be extra careful with our balance here, so as not to slip and horribly die. Doomed to fall forever, or, you know, whatever else could occur as a result. Okay, so I think I probably angered like a few guys off to the right here. Or are they just ambling about? Anyway, I'm going to run for whatever random item is sitting on this body. Hey there, large soul. Cool. That'll make up for all the souls we're dropping constantly. Woohoo, no thank you. I don't remember all this ominous rumbling from before. Maybe that's because now I've got a nice headset. Maybe I just care more than I used to. Come on, hold up. Yeah. Hiya! Got one. Stuff! These guys are out to get me a bit. They might get me, as a matter of fact. Please no. I'd rather that you don't succeed in that endeavor. Okay. Woohoo! Because I just want to get in this building and access this elevator. Haha! Gotcha! Okay. Usually with all of these, once you've activated the elevator once, it's like good to go, and I think we've earned ourselves a shortcut at this point. And we can chat with Magnificent Chester.
Let me guess. Snatched by a shadowy limb and dragged off to the pass?
You tell me, buddy. Yes.
Yes, of course. Exactly what happened to me. We are both strangers in this strange land. But at least now there are two of us.
Chester here is presumed to be kind of a foreshadowing of the existence of Bloodborne, because this was during the DLC of Dark Souls 1. Bloodborne was released between Dark Souls 2 and Dark Souls 3. I'm not sure what the actual dev cycle came out to. What can we buy from you? We can buy black firebombs. We can buy some humanity.
Did you happen across Knight Artorias? The legendary abyss walker from the old tales?
Soon enough.
Well, if you haven't, it's just as well. He's a colorless sort, if you ask me. So, what did... Not that I... Oh, you... So long.
We'll let him be for now. So I believe this elevator should get us back to the other area we had access to before. Yes. And so now we've got access to both locations, really. Okay, so I'm going to head on over there. And I believe what we're dealing with now is across this bridge and through that fog door, I believe we will be fighting Artorias. There are certainly, you know, other areas around here to explore and wander around. Need Charmer. Not sure what that's about. Yeah, that's right. After Artorias follows kind of the city of Oolacile, where we will be taking that kind of downward path through those buildings to go after Manus, the Father of the Abyss. Calamity, I think, is also nearby here, but we definitely need to beat Artorias first. And Artorias, in my recollection, has been an easier fight for me. So we're going to do a test fight while we don't have a lot of Estus. Let's see how much of this I remember how to do. Artorias is regarded as one of the best boss fights in the series, and for good reason. It's an epic confrontation. Now, our current weapon isn't fully upgraded. We'll probably be switching off to the giant Blacksmith's hammer for some subsequent attempts at the boss fight. A lot of Berserk influence here. Okay, so that's the 3 sequence. Yep. Come at me with a slide. I believe he can do up to 3 slashes on any given sequence. He can end them early if he wants. I always have to side roll that one. Okay, that one I thought I could just backstep out of. Maybe I'm wrong about that. Maybe I need to be running to backstep out of it successfully. The spin slam is like his big signature. That is one of the attacks I have to be most aware of. With the right weapon, you can get a lot of openings out of it. So we're going to switch off to the Blacksmith Giant Hammer now. For the non-Artorias enemies, I think this is actually less damaging. So it's going to buy us less leeway against, say, the Leafy guys. So this is pretty much our run for Artorias as well. We're going to cut along the right side, going straight for the elevator. We may have to tangle with these 2 guys every time we do this. It's just a fact of life. Let me try and do it better next time. Yeah, I think better is a good idea. I could also try swapping weapons as I'm going through, but I think that's a bit more work, and I'm not going to bother with. Ring-wise, we're using the Ring of Steel Protection. I don't think I'm going to make a change at this point. We also, naturally, haven't, like, upgraded gear or experimented very much with armor. Those are some other options on the table. Or we could try going back and getting, like, a better club. I think Artorias might be vulnerable to fire damage. So upgrading the fire club might be a good endeavor or a good use of time. Let's see. Oh no, this actually kills these guys quite soundly. 2 attacks. And it might be that they're going to drain like 1 Estus from me every single time I try to do this. But Artorias is one of the first bosses that actually has, not, I suppose not exactly the first, because we've dealt with a couple of different bosses that were able to one-shot us. Artorias can do so a bit more reliably in certain phases. So the game plan here, we just need to be, I mean, we just need to be good, pretty much. There's not really a trick to Artorias apart from playing the game very well. He does have a power-up ability that I'm not sure if we have the ability to interrupt. And while he is powered up, he becomes substantially likely to one-shot us. That's right, he's got the goo fling. He can do the flip spin up to 3 times. We can get 1 hit in between flips. Okay, no, that is not quite good enough. I guess I need to back roll it. I chugged when I should not have chugged. I thought he had passed the window where he could choose to do the 3rd flip. I was wrong. That's the other thing about Artorias, is he's very punishing about your healing opportunities. So notably, so long as your weapon has some reach, like the Giant's Club here, I've done this also with a Scythe, you can hit Artorias in between his flips, so long as your roll is fast enough. But you also have to be mindful of your stamina. With my current stamina, I can hit him once between his set of flips, and then I need to revert my focus to dodging. So the reason the first one of those I kill with 1 shot, and the second one takes two hits to kill, is related to counter damage, which I think I explained very briefly in the last video. If you take a hit while you are attacking, or if you hit an enemy while they are attacking, you or they will be subject to counter hit damage. Counter hit damage is a little bit variable per weapon. Let's see if I can display it. I think I need to go to the weapon stats. So let's see. The counter damage should be on one of these pages. No? Maybe you don't get to see it until you're in a until the later iterations of Dark Souls. Certain weapons have different counter damage multipliers, as well as different like backstab damage multipliers, which is referred to as critical damage as of Dark Souls 2. Counter damage is also something that is improved by the ring that you can get if you kill Ornstein. But you have to kill Ornstein second to get that. Okay, so it's the back roll from that gets me the leaping attack opportunity. Attack sequence. He could do up to 3 things there, so I can't go in at that moment. And he did 2, so I wasn't able to go in. If he does 3, I can go in for an attack. Oh. This is his power-up sequence. It's possible to knock him out of this with ranged attacks. Let's see. No. He hasn't leapt at me at all yet. Oh. It's a mistimed dodge from me. Oh, that was too early. That was buffered. He didn't give me the 3rd sequence there. He's recharging. Okay, that's where I can get that back. I need to stay within a certain range of him. There's the leap. For the leap, we run towards him. Took me the longest time to figure that out back in the day. Missed that. He only did the 1 slam, so I didn't have much of an opportunity to... I was waiting for him to do a triple slam so that I could heal. I might have been able to get in a leap there, but I didn't trust it. I don't know why I didn't trust it, just like jitters. Okay, I got the heal. Good stuff. I can only get one more heal maximum through the entire fight. That's the triple attack sequence. That's not an opening. That's an opening. Charge up. Ah, okay. Got me with the triple slam. Just the wrong timing. I wonder why I wasn't able to get the roll out there. Alright, I'm going to try getting bombs onto this slot, because I believe I've got a solid number of them. Never mind. I thought I had a supply of bombs. I'm going to buy a supply of bombs from Magnificent Chester, so that I can black firebomb him when he's in that transition phase. That might be able to knock him out of the transition, I don't remember. I know one of the methods of knocking him out of the transition is actually headshotting him with an arrow will prevent him from getting that buff. He's not one-shotting me with the buff on, but it's it is more damage. I don't think him... Oh, messed that up. Okay. Well, we'll wind up using an Estus there. That's fine. The difference between like 4 and 5 Estus for this fight is not a big deal. The last time I got through this fight, I'm almost positive I had to use 10 Estus for it, or I was using a kindled bonfire that was providing me with that kind of Estus. But given that only on like the 3rd attempt just now, I was able to get him down to half health, I don't think that's going to be necessary. It's noteworthy, he'll only start doing the power-up cycle once he's taken a certain amount of damage. If we can turn that power-up cycle into a damaging opportunity, that'll work pretty well.
Oh, think of it.
Yeah, could you give me all the black firebombs I can carry? That's right. I think that... So, normal firebombs, I've got 99 of them somewhere. I thought I was just carrying them, but can't just throw firebombs? Maybe I put them in storage and it's tracking those. Wait a minute. There, okay, no, there's my firebombs. I've got both the regular and the black firebomb variety. We're gonna start by using regular firebombs just to test the waters. The damage difference here I don't think is too significant. What I'm wondering is if this can interrupt his phase, his like power-up phase thingy. Also, if he's interrupted, he'll try to do it more. Oh, that's the leap. That pounce leap is actually his most damaging attack. It's got this big frontal arc hitbox. Okay, if I whiff, I won't be able to dodge. Could you not? Okay, there we go. A lot of these windows are slight enough that I can only land the shot if I buffer the attack. So when I'm doing that leap after this, I have to buffer that in. Or rather, I am buffering it in. It doesn't interrupt him, and it does 9 damage. So that is not even remotely worth my time. Oh, I forgot about that attack entirely. Yeah, that attack animation is actually long enough. You only do 3. He can do a stab immediately after, it turns out. So that's a thing. Yeah, the spin slash is enough time that if you dodge it to the side, he can still be in the animation, like that. Similarly, don't roll into the spin slam. It's bad for your health. Okay, so that was a bit of a circus of errors. It kind of showed off every way to get hit by his attacks. That's how we make this educational. It's like, hey, here's an overview of every way you could possibly take damage from Knight Artorias. I'm going to try Black Firebombs. They are notably better. We're going to see how notable. Because if it's less than 100 damage, I'm honestly not going to bother. It's not worth the worry. Yeah, there is more stuff to like run around here and explore and grab, but most of it is just you can get souls. There's an armor set that is lying kind of spread about this place. In the next area, there are some usable items that when you throw them on the ground, they like make a noise, or there's like a speech that plays. Those are useful for interacting with other players, as you can like throw down a little object that says like "follow," "I'm sorry," or things like this, since you don't get to talk to other people in the game. And naturally, because it's any amount of communication, people on the internet use it to troll each other. I didn't input that. I didn't like suss that out fast enough to make use of the opening. This time I did. Let's make sure we backroll those. Like a smarty pants. Alright. 16 damage. Yeah, isn't that something? I didn't roll that correctly. I think I barely have time for this. I was wrong. Oh, I did that too early, actually. Got caught on the side. I also think technically that his hitbox for that, because he's charging with his right arm, I think he's got a hitbox that protrudes a little bit out to the right. So dodging to his inside will always be correct. And there are a lot of minuscule things like that because Dark Souls is just working off of 3D hitboxing. It's more noteworthy in like Dark Souls 3. Dark Souls 3, the hitboxing is so incredibly crisp. Like, there are certain weapons and attack patterns where you can like reliably low-profile enemy attack strings. It's kind of funny. There's actually a boss in Dark Souls 3 that has a really, really hard time hurting you while you are using the lie down animation. That is like one of the emotes in the game. So people flex on that boss all the time. By like halfway through the fight, they just go lie down in a corner and they just like record a bit of that, watching the boss completely whiff over top of them. And casually, it does appear to be a very challenging boss, but the boss is parryable. So non-casually, they just kind of parry him to death. He's one of the most popular bosses to just cheese kill horribly. It's Pontiff Sullivan is the boss there. Oh, right. If you're right behind him, he likes to do that sometimes. I think he will also growl every time he successfully connects that, but I don't know if that was maybe something he did just because he's not, like, pumped. The filth attack. That was way too early. I keep letting that happen. Yeah, I think that attack is one of the chief things that's going to mess me up. Is the defensive backspin thingamajig. I think the trigger for him doing that, it's a very specific positioning that I have to be in relative to him for him to think of that as a good idea. So Calamity, after this fight, like once we figure this out, Calamity is the boss that I struggled with the longest when I was first trying to play this game on Soul Level 1. Ow! I got quite proper donked. And the reason for that is just that Calamity has a lot of attacks that one-shot you. I'm not certain what the damage typing profile of the attack is. It's probably some blend of fire and physical. Might be just fire or fire and something. I don't know. Maybe it's fire and magic. But some of his breath weapon attacks can inflict an absolute truckload of damage, and you can only really avoid them successfully by running out of the attack before it kind of gets into the area, because they're quite persistent as well. So the fight becomes this mix of the fight is a mix of controlling for Calamit's positioning and like having the proper discipline to dodge some of these attacks. So exploiting that opening is never going to count as being behind him, which does make it one of the safest openings to make use of. Oh, I walked in just a little too close. And that one, I didn't get it off fast enough. I think maybe the swing speed might be a little too low. I see. I have to dodge early enough. If I dodge too late, then my cancel out of the dodge into the swing will not happen fast enough. Then I'll whiff, get punished, and die. I probably just need to go back to not trying to punish that opening, which is a bummer, because I only have so many ways of getting in damage. I get in damage reliably off of the straight stab thrust. I get it in reliably off of the kind of slide forward horizontal attack. And I can get damage somewhat reliably off of the leap, but that's pretty taxing to my sanity because it's a very dangerous attack in general. Also, anytime I take a hit, I have to sacrifice one of these opportunities in order to heal, if I want to heal at all. And sometimes the better option is just don't heal. Like, if the boss is under a quarter health, probably shouldn't be healing. The boss doesn't get any faster or harder or tougher than what we've seen so far. So it's just a matter of executing successfully over about the 3-minute period it takes for the boss to die, given our attack power. Whiff. Great. And that was one of my reliable openings. Yeah, it took me too long. I need to watch out for going too far behind him during that stretch, because I might trigger his revenge attack. That was way too hard. I tried to go for a run and didn't get it. Oh, I guess I went too early, and he kept tracking me. I did not think that was a thing that could happen. Oh, yep. Okay, I knew that was coming that time. I just didn't backdash it fast enough. Whoops. Didn't quite get him. Yeah, it's difficult to punish that one. We can reliably get a heal off when he's doing this. That was way too early. That attack can double hit if it hits you with the wrong part of the hitbox, and that's what happened there. I dodged too early and got double hit to death. Yeah, this is definitely a wall of a fight, and this is at the point where I know, like, all my options, pretty much. So, like, otherwise I could be coming at this not knowing where the vulnerabilities are and what I can do about it, which is actually part of the reason why some of the parts in Dark Souls I haven't beaten on SL1. Like the new DLC that came out in Dark Souls 3, the Ringed City, as well as the DLC in Bloodborne, I never played through those with like a vanilla leveled up character, so I don't know what the bosses can do or where their vulnerabilities are, and so I haven't even hardly attempted those on SL1. I tried to run around the Bloodborne DLC area as SL1 once. Is a completely miserable experience. There's a ton of guys there in these super long gauntlets, and not knowing how to like get to the next bonfire there, or the it's just maddening. So for the leap, I'm forward rolling it super early, and you can actually get away with that for the leap. For every other attack he does, you have to time your dodges correctly. Like, that sword better be halfway to you. He's going for the power-up. I'm going to get this off the floor, so I don't have to look at it. I might be able to hit him just after that phase change. It's an interesting idea. Woohoo! Dodged it that time. Yeah! Whoa. I didn't prep for that one in time, so I'm not taking it. That's too far away to punish. This is intense. Power up, time for me to breathe. I haven't healed yet. I'd like more space, please. Okay, do your whole sequence, that's fine. Powering up again. Sure, go for it. Leap. did the wrong thing. I did the wrong thing. His earlier stab totally got me off the moment of it. Alright, alright, alright. Back on that horse. Yeah, that like sudden stab when he just kind of like showed off the blade in my face, and he hadn't done the thrust in so long. All right, good time to check the chat. Let me calm down my heart a little bit. Anybody tuning in? All right, let's see. Is the camera still running? Oh, I'm not actually like it didn't actually work on the minimize there when I tried to cut over to. Oh, my video might just freak out entirely for me doing this, so let's see. Refresh the chat. Come on. I don't even have a... whatever. At least my camera's still working. Let's just get back to it. Alright, alright. Shoot, man, I thought that was the run. It's getting at it. Yeah, there's a lot of people who refer to Artorias and Manus especially. It seems a lot of other people refer to Manus as being one of the harder bosses. I think Manus is a really fun fight, and in terms of like SL1 bosses, I think he's less challenging than Calamity. Possibly less challenging than Artorias, maybe about the same. I think Manus is a boss that's very, very difficult to brute force or difficult to fight your way through with armor. So I think a lot of people in the community use at least some armor, so it's difficult for them to deal with this. Just a little short. Oh, that was a different attack. I was reading that as the somersault attack. Okay. Let's see if I can run in for a hit after this. I'll keep trying that. I might lose a run to it, but whatever. Uh-oh! Oh man, you got those moments just before death. You know it's gonna happen. Yep. I'm not sure if counter hit timing applies to shortly after a dodge. There are certainly times where I feel like I've been hit for more damage even though I wasn't swinging. I don't know. Might be a thing. I'd have to look back at the wiki. Dark Souls 1 is not great at explaining its mechanics in those ways. I killed both of them with one shot that time. And, I mean, for the people who applaud Dark Souls 2 a lot, mechanically, it's a very, very solid game. And in terms of the performance as well, you're getting, like, a really nice smooth frame rate. You're getting kind of more balanced and more explicit character mechanics with more options for character builds and some other cool features like that. The problem with Dark Souls 2, and all Dark Souls are inferior to Dark Souls 1 in terms of level layout, but Dark Souls 2 is particularly not very good. I want to prompt that sliding forward stab as the sliding forwards horizontal as many times as possible. So I'm trying to hang out in like his golden range for that attack. Okay, let's keep trying for the run in after the burst. The burst he does there is damaging. Like that'll mess me up if I'm close to it. That was too early to dodge. So I'll need him to do something else for me to recover that health. I think that works. Didn't quite. I thought I was far away enough for that to whiff, and I was wrong. Okay. Yeah, you spend so much of the fight staying out of the range of that like cheeky quick stab. It's really difficult to plan around. And if you start actually building that reaction into the other things you're doing, you're much likelier to misreact to something else he does. Like, if he's doing the sliding thrust, and you react to the basic thrust, you're gonna die. So it's generally easier to just not be in the range where he'll use that, rather than actually having that be part of your defensive flowchart. There are also, like, similarly, there are attacks during the Calamity fight where our answer is, well, I'm not going to be in the spot that makes him use that attack, or I'm going to stand in this spot to try and make him use this attack. I think what I remember is the trickiest thing for Calamity is we're going to have to be aware of how to dodge through some claw attacks that are absolutely going to require some precise timing of the invulnerability of our rolls. One of the things that makes the Calamity fight a little bit better and easier is in the early parts of the fight, we try to roll under him, get to the other side, and if you can get some hits on the tail, bait a tail slam, and get a tail cut, that amounts to a lot of damage and stun on the boss. So you can kind of get the boss fight started right by cutting off his tail. Would you like to do a third attack? Cool. I'll hit your toe. Woo! That was a bad reaction when I did that back roll in response to his little horizontal cut. I didn't need to do that, and in a later phase when he's boosted, he could punish me for it. His recovery after doing that leap is quite a lot. I don't know how much it actually is. That was too early, but it wasn't early enough to get hit by the double hit. That was also too early, but not too early enough. He really likes that little sequence. Ow. I would really have a better time of this if I could get him to phase transition. So then I could get the heal without, like, wandering into that attack. Okay, that's a cursed attempt. I got into a heal loop. Our best attempt so far, we didn't heal the entire time, and then we got one shot. So, you know, the Estus Flask is holding us back here, clearly. It's not wrong. But yeah, if he's at more than half health and I've taken damage, let's try from here on out. We're gonna set the rule where we're only gonna heal ourselves when he goes for a power-up. Okay, or this random like plant is just gonna body me. I don't actually know, and I've never cared to learn all the attacks those things have. They've got a number of them that are really quick. So if you actually just try to like punch through them, you can be in for a bad time. But I don't have to fight that many of them during the run, so it's not really important for me to learn exactly how they work or what I need to do about them. Worst case, it's gonna it's either gonna require me to run back a little more again, or I'm gonna spend an Estus Flask. And I am not winning or losing this fight off of the margin of an Estus Flask, and that will never be the case. So the reason we use the this particular weapon for this fight, it's absolutely for the reach. A number of these openings, we're like barely able to slip in and get a hit on like his toe. Definitely boxing for this. That should be open. Never mind. Yeah, barely have the time to deal with this stuff. Growl all you want. So we would heal here if we were hurt, but we're not. Three flips means punish. To try very hard to not get cornered here. I am okay. I was really surprised that second slam attack didn't kill me. I don't know why it didn't. I tried to roll out of the ensuing attack. I either didn't have the invuln at the correct timing, or it might have been impossible for me to roll out with the amount of recovery the slams put you into. Yeah, Artorias is not shy about stun locking you to death. He's got really fast attacks. That is a factor of Soul Level 1 as well, or playing the game differently. The amount of stagger you take from attacks can differ based on your armor and some stats. Huh. So several of these attacks that pancake us every single time, I don't know if that's a guaranteed pancaking. I think there are plenty of builds and character setups where you don't get pancaked by some of these attacks. A lot of those builds just treat fights more of a health management thing than they do an actual like dodging contest, because those builds usually aren't very good at dodging. It is possible to get away with wearing the Giant's armor, which has an incredible amount of poise, the anti-stagger stat. If you are wearing the Ring of Favor and Protection, Havel's Ring, and the Mask of the Father, leading many people to refer to that as the Giant Dad build. Keep it coming, buddy. Let's go rapid fire. I went for a cheeky hit there, and I got the shot trait, actually. Why don't you power up? I'm sure it's about time. No? Okay. I'm gonna take more licks first. There we go. He was in a mood. I bet some of you thought I was gonna die. You were not alone. He's really against doing that 3 times. That's the usual, actually. There we go. That was a bit nervous of me. He's going to power up again. Only 1 somersault. Unusual. Uncharacteristic. Are you feeling well? There's 3. Woohoo! Alright. I reacted to that incorrectly, but I did it with the right timing. That's a whiff. Give all the arena all of its space. He is kind of boxing me into this corner. I don't like it. There, power up. Oh, a delayed somersault. Spooky. That's a whiff. He hasn't done the leap once. Ha! Artorias down. Whew. Alright. Just gotta let the ticker get back to norm. I think we get a bonfire for this. The dreaded gaze bow. There's a bonfire over there. I'm gonna tag this bonfire. There's the bonfire at the top of Oolacile. So this place, ensuing from here, is like a flippin' maze. All sorts of stuff, all sorts of dudes, ups and downs, and plenty of secret items. This leads up somewhere, and then I'm going to check out the gazebo. Alright. Artorias down in a single night. have the key for this. Is that so? That is just a drop. Okay, so I think it's going to be the other thing then. So I need to be able to unlock that in order to fight Calamity. Okay, yep. So Artorias is part of a band of heroes, one of which is Hawkeye Go, who's the man who's like way up there on top of that tower. The Purple Coward's Crystal. Battle of Stoicism Gazebo. Oh, right. I think this is like a PvP thing. This is a remaster thing. I don't remember this from the original game. Huh. Neat. It's a battle arena thingamajig. I don't care. I need to remember where the heck I get that key to get up to see Hawkeye Go. So I don't remember if the key is over. I think it might be over in this direction, like back this way. I certainly can't afford to ignore places that it might be, and I really don't remember if it's forward or backwards. Anyway,
Oh, for Juniper's sake, put some
let's see. We could fill up basically the rest of the way in black firebombs. I'm gonna buy however much humanity he'll sell me. Actually, it's 10,000 to pop. But it's a way to convert our currency into something we can actually hold on to. Okay, that's right. This is the direction to go after Calamity. And we might actually have to go this way in order to get the key, which will actually enable the fight for us. Also, there are dogs. So let's try not to get killed by these dogs. There we go. More souls, large souls of brave warriors, and so on and so forth, and that would be really good for leveling up if we were ever leveling up. That guy there is like, unfortunately, there's like 2 dogs here that have to be fought every single time you want to come back and challenge Calamity. And if I were actually going to challenge Calamity, I may not want to spend the Estus on healing after blocking those attacks. So, let's see. Yeah, the other caveat here is, yeah, I believe the fight takes place if you climb down that ladder. Yeah. If I go down there while Calamity is not wounded, he will just fly above and breath weapon me to death, and I just die without contest. So if we haven't been over to speak with Hawkeye Go, we can't make attempts at that fight. Just gotta remember where the key is. That place. So I'm assuming the key is up ahead in Oolacile somewhere, so I'm going to start clearing that area. That is, unless there was like an illusory wall somewhere. Help me get in. Well, if there was an illusory wall, somebody online would have marked it. I'm pretty certain of that. Alright. Approaching the source of the corruption. This is not a bad bonfire to upgrade. Because we've got a long way to go from here. and there are a lot of guys. Let's see. Okay, so I'm not quite one-shotting these guys. But yeah, there's a lot of guys. It's kind of reminiscent of your basic hollows in terms of their patterning, which is to say they're, you know, pretty erratic. They'll swarm you. And yeah, we're just going to piss off a bunch of them. And I'm just going to try and run on as much as I can. Ow. Ah. They might also have a running attack, or rather a grabbing attack. I don't quite remember. They're not like worth a whole bunch of souls or anything like that. Not that it matters to me how many souls anything is worth. And they do have spellcasters like this guy who do an utterly crazy amount of damage as far as our soul level 1 butt is concerned. I swear these things must have like 380 health. Ow. It's very difficult to time. So let me just kill you. Yeah, good old surprise dude in a corner. Okay, somewhere around here, it's like some back streets with some items that are usually quite important. Maybe not as important to us, but possibly very important. I really don't remember. Threw in a little kick there for good measure. Yeah, there's a lot of distant screaming around here. It's kind of a motif. We can roll across to this. This is walkable terrain. Yeah, I can hear a lizard. Right, that's the rule. That's the rule. There are areas in Oolacile that actually don't get revealed unless you have a light source. So we're actually gonna leave for a moment and come back here. Because I should be able to grab a light source and come on back, and I don't want to deal with missing stuff. I wonder if I can... Okay, there we go. I was wondering if that guy was going to come and kill me before I could get along to the, what are they called? Homeward Bone. So, we're going to Homeward Bone out, and, let's see, actually, since we have access to Chester really close by, I'm going to get myself a bunch of humanity and go back to the Fair Lady. Oh, also, let's take a moment to be respectful.
You, is that not the soul of the man who fell on this spot?
I don't know, is that where he was standing when I killed him?
I wish to
think
pay
so.
proper respect with that soul. Would you be willing to part with it?
Yeah, I'm not going to make a weapon out of it.
Thank you. You are very kind. Please take this. I no longer need it. May the Lord guide thee.
She is one of Artorias' companions. And actually, the weapons that she gives you in exchange, the Gold Tracer and the Dark Silver Tracer, as I recall, are fairly powerful dexterity-oriented weapons. The Dark Silver Tracer has a lot of critical ability to it. It has an S scaling with dexterity. The Gold Tracer has only an A scaling with dexterity, but inflicts 300 bleed effect, which is quite good. I think they also have some special dual-wielding attacks, or rather, like, dual-wielding with them is a respectable way to go about your combat. Let's see. And Dark Souls 1 does not, like, support dual-wielding very well. We'll use a few of these, and we're just going to turn all of this into humanity. I think this vendor is unique in having as much humanity for sale as he does. I don't know if any other vendor sells... I don't know if his humanity stock is unlimited. But I know nobody else has an unlimited humanity stock.
So long.
I think that amount will be enough for us to complete our Covenant allegiance, which will give us a light source. That's actually the entire reason we've been going along with this Covenant. Is to get access to a special item that is useful for exploration. So we're going to warp over to the Daughter of Chaos. Let's see. And here, we're going to go ahead and use about 13 humanities. We're going to save a couple just in case I want to kindle some fires later. And you can have all of this. Just take it. Covenant Allegiance deepened, so that puts us at the Covenant +3? No, we're still at +2. Alright, let's use the last of these. I don't really need humanity right now. If this is not enough to deepen my allegiance to +3, then I'm going to go ahead and go back to Chester. Allegiance deepened. Okay. So, second thought, maybe +2 is enough and I'm overreacting. Because I had thought it was only 30 humanity, and I know I've given that much. Yep, no dice. Alright, I need more. Need more. Yeah, people online are like that. Yeah, it's certainly staying closed. So, we can go to Oolacile Township, which is exactly the same bonfire we were at just now. So this is not actually a whole lot of time to go back and forth and do this. Let's see. So there's another 2. Okay, there's another 3 humanity. I can't see the fine details of how many souls I've given over to the Covenant. You have any hints about how to get up to see Hawkeye Go? I'm pretty sure the key is locked behind something in Oolacile just up ahead. So if this does not turn out to be enough humanity to get a light source, I don't care to go through this content and then have to revisit. So if this doesn't turn out to be enough, I might divert my path. We'll go to Anor Londo and go to the Painted World. It's another very interesting area. We've got just one boss to fight in the Painted World. Though it is a fairly extensive area with a lot of treasure and all sorts of stuff, you are only able to go there once per playthrough. Once you leave, you can't go back. And the boss is optional. You can actually get to the boss, and she will ask you not to fight her and tell you there's no reason. She'll just let you go back to the regular world. But this is an all bosses run. We have to kill her for the sake of the challenge. Shame though it may be. Okay. Let's get this over. Allegiance deepened, but I believe we're still going to be at +2. Yeah, Chaos Servant +2. And that door over there is still very closed. Okay, so we're going to go to Anor Londo. And there's a few things we have to get done in the vicinity of Anor Londo. The first thing we're going to work on in Anor Londo is going to be... the first thing we're going to work on is going to be the Painted World. After which, we're going to do some other stuff in Anor Londo and fight another boss that is another secret boss in Anor Londo. So, to get over into the Painted World, I'm going to be going over to the chapel. And now, lest we forget, you know, what the main game is all about. Oh, right, I can't get up there that way anymore. I think I have to go in this way. Lest we forget what the main game is all about. At some point, I also do still have to go after the remaining Lord Souls. Grave Lord Nito, the Bed of Chaos, and the Four Kings. I'll take that. I mean, I'm very likely to fall to my death in this next segment. It's pretty good that I didn't fall to my death the first time I came through here. But, you know. Alright, whoops. His collision almost forced me off the ledge. That would have been pretty funny. Funny in a bit of a bad way. Just take this bit slow. SL1 or no. These guys don't do too much damage. The most damage you will take in that segment is from gravity, so respect it. Alright. Through that bit. Now we're heading down. Maybe down into the underworld because we're dead. That could be interesting. No thank you. Okay. I believe these guys do also have a backstab attack. If I, you know, get careless enough, they might get that off. Which would be perhaps momentarily amusing. Okay, so this is definitely not the way down. What is the freaking way down? Maybe I'm wrong. And there is something here that connects this. Okay, I think there is. So let me just jump over here. Never mind. But there is a way across on the main platform that goes into there. So let's not do this crazy thing again. That being said, I think I need to do the warp again. Yeah. Let's warp to Anor Londo. So I don't need to run along those rafters. That was a mistake. I was remembering incorrectly where I needed to go. So yeah, after we finished up with the Painted World, we're going to do something here in Anor Londo that's actually going to tick off that Firekeeper back there, and we will no longer be able to use that bonfire. And I think we still have the other bonfire in Anor Londo, which I'm not sure works as a warp. And we will have access to, let's see. And we'll have access to the bonfires in the Duke's Archives, which isn't too far, as well as the bonfire back in Sen's Fortress, although that bonfire is not warp enabled. The Duke's Archives bonfire, I believe, is warp enabled. Okay, so this is what I was missing, is that it's actually lower on this, so I need to take this down. So this spiral staircase actually goes down even further than this, and if you go down all the way... Wait, does it not? Is it a secret? Huh. I am misremembering something. Somewhere around here, there's a way to go even further down, and you can join a secret covenant. There is a covenant, whoop. It is down there somewhere, that is about avenging invasions. It has been a covenant in every single, well, it's been a covenant in each of the Dark Souls games, known as the Dark Moon Blade. I don't believe it was a thing in Bloodborne, but I never did any of the PvP in Bloodborne. This guy completely doesn't know what to do. Yeah, great magic weapon, which I picked up there. Absolutely vital for magic builds at a certain stage of the game. The Black Iron set is one of the greater like melee sets you can use. But this here is the Painted World that we will now enter. Once we have entered the Painted World, there's only one way out, which is past the boss, and either beating them or simply deciding to leave. So this is going to lock us in for a bit, so we won't be chasing after Manus or Calamity for a while yet. But this area, the Painted World of Ariamis, was one of the more intriguing areas of the base game, and it's completely secret. Dark Souls 3 pays homage to this location with a painted world of its own in one of its DLCs. But yeah, this is an interesting area with unique enemies. It's completely mysterious that this area is like cool and well fleshed out, and and at the same time, Izalith, which is theoretically like a core part of the game, didn't get finished. That door is locked right now. It needs to be unlocked from the other side. So we've got one of those classic circumstances. So as you can see, we've got some regular hollows around here. We've got some kind of neat verticality going on. I think kind of castle-y segments like this, with this verticality, are a lot of where Dark Souls shines. Okay, that's right. These guys explode into toxic mist, and also they can throw fire at us. So those are two things that we don't like. Also, very much like, you know, Dark Souls on the whole, perhaps a microcosm of the game. Ariamis has some really rude enemies. We've got these guys who you've just met, who inflict toxic on us, I believe. So we're gonna go ahead and equip really quickly. We don't actually appear to have... There we go. We've only got 2 blooming purple moss clumps to try and fix that. And I believe it's toxic, which requires a blooming clump. If it's only poison, then it will only require a purple clump. But I'll be able to determine that before I use any items. But we've got like these slight little secret passages with like hordes of dudes. We've got tricky enemies. There are like secrets that you can see that you have to like figure out by looking at the architecture how to get to. I'm gonna grab this and something bad's gonna happen. I don't remember what. No? Okay. The birds are later then. You can see the birds, our good friends the birds. They'll give us trouble a little later. I think one of them just landed there as soon as I left. Yeah, if you stand there too long, they'll come for you. Ah! Okay, I wasn't quite sure if I was going to be able to stagger those guys and, like, get through that. They have a lot of health, they're worth a lot of souls, they're tough. You gotta take the birds pretty seriously. Ow. Oh. We got blocked in and nearly died, but we're not dead yet. There's just barely enough time to, like, roll out before we get splooshed with all of that poison nonsense. We have to knock that down so that we can collect it later. Alright, ah, shoot. That's right, we ran in through here, we came up over here. Well, got the dogs are alerted to something. Ow. Ow. I tried to, like, roll through the attack for the second one and completely botched it. Okay, so I'm trying to make this jump, which I think is totally doable. Herp! There we go. Okay, and is this a ladder I need to kick down? No, it's not. It's just a regular ladder. An ordinary ladder. And I already see this man hanging from this ledge. We'll quickly murder. That chest is real. There's the Painting Guardian set. I think the Painting Guardian set is our only reward for actually coming down here, because I don't believe any of those are secret walls or anything. So we can climb back up that ladder. Yeah, it's a very winding area with all sorts of nooks and crannies. And we haven't even gotten to, like, the center courtyard. There's a sewer area here. There's, like, a tower that kind of spirals and has multiple entrances going on. So let's see. I head back up over here. So this is a big part of how we got in initially, right? So, is there another way out of here? I don't see another way out of there. So this is what we ran across initially to get into where we are. And there's the courtyard. There's a well that you can kind of fall down. You don't want to fall down the well. Okay, so I can't see how to proceed going this way, because I don't see a safe spot I can fall there. I believe this location also has, like, one of the premier magic scaling rapiers in the game. Oh, hey. This is where I was supposed to go. Wow, okay. That guy was trying to choose life. And if I recall correctly, the boss arena is like over there just past that like weird undead dragon torso. And this is like the center area. So... let's see... can we just enter in here? There is a bonfire not too far away, I don't think. This guy's actually got some fall damage, despite being a bird. He is definitely fallen here from somewhere. So, is this just openable? Nope, it's locked by some contraption. I'm gonna check if this is openable, because really my goal right now is to open a route to the initial area. Yeah, so we've got this big, like, phalanxy thing hanging out here. Those are all guys. And they will throw things at us. They are angry. Yeah, that whole mass of dudes can be pretty tricky to kill. They're worth a lot of souls. I mean, naturally, there's a lot of them. But we're just going to head back through here so that we have kind of the original way in open. Okay, now with that done, there is some loot over here. Nope. Well-placed attacks, and I'm going to try to grab up all of these items. Yeah, if you rush in here too quick, those dudes will kind of just cold cock you. The Acid Surge Pyromancy can be kind of useful. It breaks gear, and I believe it is usable in PvP. It's a very nasty little trick. So these guys are just kind of sludgy. That shield of theirs counts for quite a lot. And actually, if you just hit behind the shield, they're really pathetic. This, I think, needs to be open from the other side. Yes, it does. So many of these guys. I'm just going to run on back in here and head back upstairs. So the number one spot I am trying not to go to right now is down the well into the basement area, because it's full to the brim with bone wheel skeletons, which are the worst. Alright, so I'm basically just trying to remember and explore everything I can look at short of that area. That guy is awake. He is moving. Where do you stop moving? Do you just come all this way up here? Like, how much of a problem for me are you gonna make right now? Is it a lot? Does that actually get here? That totally gets here, and it's poisonous. Awesome. So this guy's absolutely like top 10 enemies to cheese. He's a super pain in the neck. Okay, I might be able to get over to that with some clever jumping. And I believe falling down here does put me in a new spot. Okay, I probably need to just normally roll there. Okay, I'm surprised there was not suddenly an enemy behind me. It really felt like the moment when that would happen. I am hearing, like, bird calls above me. And as I have established, that's problematic. Something's coming. I hear it squawking. Jumping down there is death. Jumping down there is maybe not death. I think I can maybe get down here if I can jump. No? Okay. I might be able to if I try it a bit harder. That looks like super death. Oh, can't get back up there. There's a bird guy. So I don't fully and completely recover from attacks and staggering faster than they do, but it's a close contest between us. All right. If I walk along this, then I can land here. Which gets me back over here. And I can take this back up. There we go. There we go. Okay. Whoops. I didn't mean to slip there, but now that I did, whatever. I think there was an item over there that I just missed. So let me jump this again. Cool. Ah, egg vermifuge. Okay. Those can be useful. They're not terribly useful the way we're playing. There's that thing that's saying ring ahead, and there's that spot down there. But can't I already get to that spot? Or can I not? No, those are two different elevations. Okay, so they're... I don't think there's a way of dropping to that from there, though. Huh. Alright, well, let me try going up. I haven't done that yet. I believe that up here contains more birds, as up, you know, commonly would. I think there's also... I think there's also like a nice, unique PvP-oriented item that's at the very top of this. Oh, we're out of Estus. I'm gonna pop a humanity just for the healing. Yeah, the red sign soapstone is used for dueling. You can set it down somewhere and, like, it's kind of a consensual invasion thing. You let it down and somebody else can activate it in order to summon you into their world for a fight. And since they're prompting the fight, I mean, they really have it coming at that point. Like, it's you can do whatever no holds barred stuff you want to do. Okay, so I need to get onto that level over there to get that item. Which I thought I could get by walking over here, and I was wrong. What recourse is left to me now? Am I doomed? Alright, I need to understand. Where did that lead or come from? Oh, that's traversable, that's nice. I don't think I have any way but down from here, though. Is that a survivable fall? Good question. Oh, I thought I'd found a good cheese, but I was the one who got cheesed. Okay, so we've got a lot more enemies now when we want to run back through and explore this. There's a few more places around here we can check out, though, of course. So naturally we've got that iron door that was hanging out that we haven't gotten into. I forget where this leads. Oh, well, I should probably grab this. Hey, everybody. The item I knocked down would be over here somewhere. Nicely opportunistic of you. I would expect nothing less. Right? Am I wrong about where it fell? Where else might it have fallen? I guess it must be in the courtyard somewhere. Maybe I knocked it down in the starter area, like over here. Yeah, that looks like it. It's humanity! Ah! Take that. Okay, so we're going to go on into the sewers now and take a look around, try to remember how this is laid out and what's all around here. I don't want to stick around here too long for bone wheel reasons. Oh right, they're also like illusory walls. Yeah, like, bone wheels, man. Alright, I don't think there's anything really important there. Like, there's a route that you can unlock that gets back into that. I don't remember if the sewers are actually required to get through this zone, is the big thing. I think, actually, what we're looking at is, I think there's a low route and a high route, and the high route involves us going through that, like, poison dragon guy. And I think that's probably what I'm going to go with. Yeah, because this door here, there is a key around somewhere to unlock it. Or there's a lever somewhere, which might be in the basement. I think there might be like a crank in the basement to unlock it. And if you unlock it, you can take this low route on the bridge, and you don't have to worry about, you know, Big Mr. Poisonface. I'm going to try and remember how bad Big Mr. Poisonface is. If I remember correctly, if you're in the way when he's clambering forward, he will absolutely just murder you. Now, I want to see if I can just kind of cheese his vicinity and hit his hands. Because I'm assuming that when he breathes, he picks a side to breathe on or a side to attack. Okay, yeah, that was a center attack. Have I overstayed my welcome? No, kill the dragon. Okay, that was actually not that big a deal. I've actually never tried to fight him smart before, so that's a funny circumstance. We get a dragon scale for killing him. Blood shield. And back over here is the other half of the dragon. Hey, buddy. I believe this is killable. Does it? Do you have a health bar? Huh. This might just be an obstacle. Yeah, at this point, I've hit it as many times as I hit the top half of the dragon. Okay, so that's just a blocker then. We can't progress in that direction. And I don't believe we can get down through any of these. No. Okay. That is the game's way of saying, find the gate key, Rube. And, you know, we gotta respect that. So, maybe I can jump up onto this banister, like, in some way. No? Not quite? Alright. What if I were to fall kind of like this? Ooh, almost. I might have to take that jump a little more seriously, and I might die for this. Oh, huh, game was really not keen on that. Let me try it one more time. Okay, yeah, it really doesn't want me to go down there in that way. Interesting, interesting. That might be like a would-be sequence break type of deal. Okay, so there's definitely like an item that I'm still having difficulty getting because of wrapping around this in the correct way. Around the center building. I think it was like, yeah, it's over through here. It's that thing, whatever that is. Okay, so yeah, that's not working. Okay, this is going to be a lot harder to get back through now this time. Yeah, that guy's still as stubborn as ever. Yeah, now I'm going to have to fight a lot of dudes inside these rooms. Whereas the last time I came in through here, I had already killed all these guys. Oh, looks like one or more of them just kind of fell off. That definitely saves me some trouble. Oh, that just gets us back over here. Okay. That's maybe not super useful for us. Alright. Oh, come on. I guess you've got pretty good tracking. Speaking of pretty good tracking, that bird is trying to run me down. Okay, looks like all signs are pointing towards the well, basically, at this point. I think there's got to be something in there I can get a hold of that will allow me to progress. I just have to fight through a lot of bone wheels. Oh, we also haven't been up here, I don't think? Well, definitely not. Yeah, okay, that's not very useful for us. It's very useful for people who are worried about losing their souls when they die, but soul schmoles. It's only half the title. Speaking of which, what time is it? I don't know how that's a speaking of which. All right, so we've got about 10 o'clock so far. I've got got just a little bit more time I can dedicate to being murdered by bone wheels, and then I'll have to be getting to bed. These are nicely one-shottable. You better be dead. Okay. What is the purpose of this location? I guess this is an alternate way of getting into that. Okay, the purpose of this location is that Pyromancy. That was not a random drop. I think that would be, it's probably a set drop from that particular guy. This looks fake. Annex key. I think that's probably what I need. Ow. And none too late, because I'm about to die. Yeah, when they're determined, they can just kind of, like, slide down hallways. It is super obnoxious. I'm gonna use another humanity for health. Okay, well, yeah. And that's right. Then there's the big open part of the sewer with a lot of bone wheel skeletons. Yeah, there you go. Okay, the annex key, I think, is related to that door on the right-hand side, like the smaller one. So I think that serves kind of as our shortcut for the area. Well, for this sub-area of the area. That's the thing. The Painted World of Ariamis is, like, pretty intense. Yeah, there we go. Annex key. Ow! I still got my healing. The birds are not happy about my being here, but I don't know what they're happy about, like, ever. Okay, I have to be a lot more careful about that staircase approach. I also tried to roll, but I couldn't quite get the roll off in time. Let's see. Let's look around while I'm respawning. Okay, I can also check out this way while I'm at it. Oh, this can be knocked down. And this, I think, is Velka's rapier. Yeah. That's the very powerful magic rapier I was mentioning before. Ah, the Dark Ember. I don't remember the properties of dark weapons, but we can make them now. That jump that the bird did earlier is a potent grab attack. If that lands on you, the bird you'll get your eyes pecked out, pretty much die. Okay, the Dark Ember is something I had forgotten about. I believe the Dark Ember allows us to make occult weapons, which are strong against divine enemies. Ow. And this time those birds already came down after us. Up here and get the Vow of Silence miracle. But I suppose that was not all the birds. So we'll kill some more birds. These birds are worth 1,000 souls a pop. Souvenir of Reprisal. The Souvenir of Reprisal is a collectible item that is required by, to progress the Dark Moon Covenant that I was mentioning earlier. Okay, we will have the Velka Outfit. It's kind of a sub-theme going on here with a lot of this stuff. Okay, so the thing is, I used the annex key and I came up here, but it doesn't seem to be actually helping me out very much in terms of progressing the area. It's just giving me another route to a place that I could already get to. And it's giving me some items along the way, but it's not that big a deal. I need to be able to open that big iron door. And I'm forgetting what I need to do for that. Weakness kicking. Is that so? Huh. I had not considered that. Oh, wait a minute. Have I been down there? Well, let's check it out. I think I have been down here because I remember dealing with these rats, I think. I just came down here from a different angle. Actually, I don't know if I remember this many rats. This is very rat heavy. Yeah, it's quite a lot of them. Oh, I missed a thing back over there. It's probably not important because we're not looking for a key to get into the area that we're missing. We're looking for a contraption. Okay, so I've already been... Yeah, I've already been over here. I fell down here earlier. You gotta teach me the secrets of that, like, invincible climb thing you're pulling off there. It's, really quite something. Okay, okay. So let's see. That's bad for my health. Oh boy. All right. We are barely alive. Okay. So... okay. Yeah, at this point, I keep circling back on... I probably need to do something down in the basement. I guess the annex key is just extra then. That's funny, a bird fell to his death. It's funny in the first place that that can happen to birds. Alright, well, if the basement is where we must go, then to the basement we must go. That's all there is to it. So, I don't quite have a plan for getting through the deadly, deadly bone wheel room. Apart from just running for my sad little life. If that's the contraption I needed, yes, maybe. If that's all I needed to tag, then we can die and we're good. Okay. That's what we needed to access the end of this area. So now, I'm going to tumble around like a mad fool and see if I can get any items before I horribly... Nope, dead. As was expected. This is only proper. Okay, so now we can proceed to the kind of end of the area. There's only like one bonfire for all of the painted world. But we're just going to run, like, past this, back over through here, get through this bench, and then we'll run up the stairs trying not to get spears thrown into our bodies. And now we're heading over here. So the boss of this area is Crossbreed Priscilla. A hybrid between one of the gods and one of the dragons, and thereby a forbidden child who was exiled to a painted world so she could live peaceably but away from people. Oh yeah, there's a gank squad over here, including one of these guys. If I can just... yeah, there we go. He doesn't respawn, I don't think, if we kill him. Oh, he just fell off a cliff. So we'll see what happens. Neither god nor dragon.
Who art thou? One of us thou art not. If thou hast misstepped into this world, plunge down from the plank and hurry home. If thou seekest I, thine desires shall be requited not.
Well, you are who I am here to see. Crossbreed Priscilla is an interesting fight. So let's get into it.
I expected as much from thee. Why does thee hurry toward thine?
So, the thing that is quite interesting about her is that she's invisible. And we have to track her based on footprints in the snow and her collision. Ow. If we land enough hits on her, she will become visible. I haven't done this fight before on SL1, I don't think. Okay. When you know the gimmick, it's not that difficult. Mostly, she doesn't have a ton of health. She takes a lot of damage. If you can get the tail cut off of her, she drops a very nifty dagger. It's difficult to get the tail cut when you can't see the tail, but she will always become visible at 50% health, I believe it is. And that's the Painted World of Ariamis. Certainly, we've left some items behind in the Painted World, but they were in the basement, and that is not okay. It's not even vaguely okay. Okay. So this returns us to Anor Londo. I don't actually want to deal with you right now. Cool. I actually just want to use a Homeward Bone. Okay. So from here, I want to see if I can... Okay, it looks like I can warp to the Chamber of the Princess. Because we're going to show off something else interesting and prep ourselves for another boss. So this is the point after we had fought Ornstein and Smo, where we came up here and we approached Princess Guinevere, amazing chest ahead, and she provided us with the Lord Vessel to contain the souls of the lords. There is a problem, however. Guinevere is not real. Guinevere is an illusion that will dissipate at the slightest hint of damage.
Thou that tarnisheth the Godmother's image, I am Gwyndolin.
The shining gold of Anor Londo is a lie. In truth, the light has long since faded from this place.
In the twilight of Anor Londo.
It is a city in twilight. This bonfire here behind us remains. And it looks like we're allowed to warp to Anor Londo, which should be interesting because the Firekeeper who was here is now our enemy. This place is dark and stormy. It's no longer populated. Elevator still works. So, we have unlocked the boss, Dark Sun Gwyndolin, by taking these actions. I have never fought Dark Sun Gwyndolin, SL1 or no. I understand she throws spells, so that is what I expect from the fight. Let's see. I know that she's like, I believe the route to her is to like travel down in one of these towers. So I think I need to get over here and then take the spiral staircase downwards. I had thought that this was the route. But clearly I'm a little off base. So I might need to look around a bit for what I have to do here. One thing though that I wanted to showcase is the former Firekeeper is standing out here to chastise us.
So it was you, was it? How dare you produce a blade upon a deity? How did you ever get this far? I shall end.
You're behind the ball.
Here and now. It is the least that I can do. But how? This man is a threat.
You're not wrong about that. And because she is a Firekeeper, beating her does get us a Firekeeper soul. Okay, so let's see. So one note about making this change to the place. All of the giant guards are gone, which means they can no longer be farmed for souls, but it does make it easier to come back through here and grab some of these items that I didn't pick up before, which are not, you know, simple things. We've got some Titanite chunks. I think there's some other things through these halls. I'm not actually certain if the Silver Knights are still around either, if I worked my way back through here. And neither are the electricity stabby dudes. Let's see. As for the main hall, we've got a few more humanoid enemies hanging out. Would you like to lecture me, or are you just going to attack me the moment I walk past you? Yes, they're going to attack me. I suppose it's intended that you would walk out of here instead of warping. In which case you would run into each of these things kind of organically. Thankfully, we do a raunchy amount of damage, because apart from that, we don't really have a great matchup against these guys. Poise! Yeah, because I do an absurd amount of damage, I can kind of bat his shield away. Ah, here it is. No? No, that's just the elevator going back up. Going up in the first place. Here we have the statuary. In the center, of course, the statue of Gwyn. On the right, the statue of Guinevere, who in truth is now deceased. On the left, an empty pedestal. Yeah, I believe all of these messages will be applied. Those are messages people wrote in Light and Londo. They share the same kind of messaging space. Okay, let's see. Yeah, and through this room there's a Titanite demon, but that room doesn't really matter otherwise. I didn't go up to this rooftop when I was actually playing through. Okay, so we've still got Silver Knights. Let's see, I believe some of Havel's stuff is up around here somewhere. Ah. this may be the area where you find the first great bow option. What the? He stabbed me through the wall? What a punk. Rude. Yep, got a picture of Guinevere there. A few other things. I think that one of the fireplaces here is illusory and you can pass through it. When you get down to it, there's actually just a lot of stuff in this area that we didn't bother with the first time. That's a mimic. Come on. There's a bonfire through one of these. Soul of a Hero. That's the room that features a Titanite demon. He's just kind of hanging out at this like church altar thing. Those guys are only important to fight if you want to pump up a boss weapon. And this is the upper area of the trophy room, which is not that important for us to hang out in. Let's see. So that one's a mimic. This one over here is also a mimic. Alright. This is a good case for us to pop out our Lloyd's Talismans. Five silver coins. Those can be sold for 4 souls if we ever care. And a gold coin, same deal. Ah, yes. As I had mentioned about great bows. Ow. That'll be death. Yep, that's one of the 2 archers that is kind of coming at us when we're trying to make the first walk to get to this area. Right, so I think this makes it clear that I really do not have a clue of where to go in order to run into Dark Sun Gwendolyn. Also, as a note, now that we've killed that Firekeeper, we can no longer light this bonfire. It's just gonna be dark. So I may just check online to figure out where this boss is hiding. As I said before, it's not a boss that I've fought before. I don't have advanced knowledge on this bit. And if I fumble about too much, I may not be able to recover my Estus. Either way, it's pretty late. So, thank you for tuning in. This has been less productive in terms of raw boss killing than our last couple of outings, but we've really gotten through all of the simpler bosses of the game. Everything that's left is going to be a bit of a struggle. So this time we just took out Artorias and Crossbreed Priscilla. Next time, my goal will be first to take out Dark Sun Gwendolyn, and then hopefully we can get along to probably Bed of Chaos and the remainder of the DLC. Thank you for joining. This has been Jupiter Exile. Until next we wander, signing off. As soon as it properly tabs back over to Streamlabs.